And those TV are what? Those programs in the TV are sponsored by who? By them. So as long as you listen to those kind of news every day, it becomes part of you. Okay? And that is just the brainwashing, they're brainwashing. That TV is their line to brainwash you. So instead of you talking about them in the TV, listen to things that promote us within the Africa. We don't care about that their news that are coming in our TVs. But today, if you go to Africa, before some of you in Europe, Africa will always even hear the news, what is happening in Britain, before you who stay in Europe even hear the news. Why? So are you from Europe? But the things that are happening in Africa, they will not rather hear anything about it. You understand me? So why should it happen like that? Why? Our youth are now watching football, European football. Anytime you go, all of the city, they are watching Barcelona versus Bayern Munich and whatever. So is that job? Is that the way for us to awaken our mind? No. So you are doing the job for the masters, and they did that. They bring those TVs and all those things purposely to waste our youth time, to waste our mind, and just direct us to focus on something that cannot benefit us, and we keep on depending on them. That's just the solution. You know, we need to cut off all these things. Look at Chinese. How many Chinese watch football? Tell me. How many Chinese watch football? I go to Nigeria right now. In the evening time, you see a big screen and they're playing soccer, and you see that a lot of you are chanting, hi, blah, blah. Some of them are putting money. So is that the way forward? No. And how can we allow all these things? You are so right. You understand me? So yes. These are some of the ways we can just start for now. Fantastic. You know? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your much. Thank you. I know it was a little bit echoey, but we understood what you were saying. And it is very important what you said there. You talked about we should ban Western media. And you're right. We should ban Western media on the African continent because it actually brainwashes us against ourselves. We didn't know. Like you said about the football, you will see all our youths, instead of making sure that they have the jobs and they have the light, electricity, they're watching TV. They're waiting for something to happen, and they're not taking control. They're not, being active on their own continent. And that is so important. That is really important point that you raised there. And I hope many of us are keen into that. And I wanted to share that video to really make sure we understand. Is Koinski, is he back here? Let me see.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oyinski is in. He's in the house. I don't know if you could request that he comes out. He wants to be on the panel. He has something to say.
I'll bring him up right now if he's there, if I can see him. I'm trying to look for him. Oyinski. Okay, let me see if I can find his name somewhere here. A lot of people have been in here, so I'm gonna try and look for that name. You can throw me an invite, Oyinski. Throw me an invite. Because that way I can actually... Okay, I got him.
Angel, I love you.
I love you too, sis.
Okay. Lovely. Fantastic. Vanna May, thanks for the great work. Yeah, let us get to 50,000K. Can we get to 50,000K before the end of this broadcast? I love that. Oyinski, I've sent you an invite. Can you accept the invite? I've sent you an invite. So just click on it and say yes. Then you'll be in. Then I can hear from you. So... what I've just shown you, I've shown you 2 videos now. 2 Africans, both of them working for Africa. You can see so don't let anybody tell you that in Africa, we don't have people who are looking for a greater Africa. There are. And that's the point of that video. To dispel that rumor. It's a lie. And we're here to expose those things, to debunk it, and to make sure that we are aware of all of their shenanigans. Again, we cannot trust the Western media. We cannot. Oyinski, I cannot see you. I've sent you an invite. And please, as you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth about, we really like you to give us and donate to us, give to the platform, subscribe, and also the panelists as well as they're watching. It would really be helpful to make to encourage because we want to encourage us to come up with ideas. Nature Lover said something very powerful here. We should make sure, because you see, the system is keeping us entrapped and we need to break free. Oyinski, I've just sent you an invite. I don't know if you were there. I'm going to send you an invite again. Yeah, I'm going to send you an invite. But it seems to be dropping out. So I'm trying to bring you in. He may not have enough followers. I just saw he's got 13 following and 7.
So that might be the problem. Aderemi, but I've invited him, so that might be the problem. I've just noticed now, but we just have to continue with this awareness. I'm actually going to come back and do a program about the Leopold letters. I'm going to do a particular program about that and break that down, and we can talk about it in detail. But of course, the focus right now is for us to make sure that the great men behind me, we support them. You see, when we are telling their message, we are sending the message out for Africans to begin to understand that we have the power to make the change. The more we support them, the more difficult it is for them to try and do whatever they do and be successful. It will not be successful because we are pulling away our own spirituality, our vibrations away from the system oppressing us. The system wants us to lock in, to key in and absorb the negativity that they're giving us. And then that way it allows them the platform on which they can do whatever they want to do. But if we start rejecting that negative energy and we start raising our vibrations, and that vibration is directed towards Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Assimi Goïta of Mali, General Chani of Niger, that means that they are the protection and the spirituality and the vibrations is all giving Africa the power and the strength we need to really march towards freedom. So this is something that we can all do, and I'm really grateful. Zach is back. Okay, I'll bring others in. So Zach wants to say a few words. Zach, go ahead. Whilst I bring Oyinski. Zach,
I'm just here listening. I'm just here. I just came back in and I just
okay,
listening to you. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, welcome back.
Keep up the works.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do something more. I want to show you. Please, I want you to understand something. Every part of Africa has got resources that they want. Do you know they even take our soil? Yaz told me, she's on this platform. Yaz told me that even the soil, they take it. Because there are things in there, when they process the soil, it actually has things. So we need our own laboratories. We need our own African laboratories where we can do a lot of research to find out the infinite things that we have in our own soil that we are not even aware of, that is being carted away. So there is so much work and there's so much opportunity. What I'm saying is there's so much job opportunities for Africans on the African continent. Let me say that again. There is so much job opportunities for Africans on the African continent. And it is very important that we all contribute to that by raising that awareness about the resources we have and the jobs it can create. Mining sector, for example, it can create millions of jobs. The mining sector, if it's properly done by the state, they will pay people who are going to go to the mines. They will make it safe. In Congo, how can a 5-year-old be going to the mines to mine and look for cobalt and lithium? That and they shorten their lives. That's because the system don't want us to know that we have the power over that land and to dictate the price. So there is a lot of education that we need to bring about, but it starts off with knowing your rights as citizens across the whole of Africa. You're a sovereign. So that is the work we're bringing to our attention. Okay, Kebulan, if you do want to speak, do let me know. I'm just going to touch on one more subject before I move on. I want to touch on a subject that is very important here. Okay, Aderemi, I've tried to bring Oyinski, is not in. Do you want to say something in the meantime, Aderemi? Because Oyinski is not, it's just not working. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to bring him on. It's just simply not. I think he hasn't got enough. I see that you are here, but I've sent you an invite, but it's not. Unless can you accept the invite at all?
He doesn't have followers at all.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it is. Yeah. So, but we will carry on. So he can text it. Tell him to type a few messages, and then we will try and answer it as much as he can. Okay. Now I want to show you something more. There's one more video I want you to see. Not that one. Not that one. No, sorry. Let me just take that away. That's not what I wanted you to see. 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. There's a video that I want you to see, and I hope it's showing it. No. Let me go back. Give me 1 sec. Oh. Okay, don't worry. I'll come back. I've done the two anyway, so we will bring this other video back in. I want to talk about Dr. Arikana Shombori Kwao. She's a great woman. I don't think I've spoken much about her on this platform, and I want to always honor our great African mothers. She's a great African mother. She's been a champion for the fight for us and Africa to wake up and know the powers we possess as Africans. So I wanted you to just listen to what she said about the French. And it's not, when I share this, it's not about getting angry. It's about understanding the powers we possess and how we can really make sure we can't allow for this injustice to continue on our continent. So let us listen to her statement, her words for a few minutes. Listen to her words for a few minutes. Here we go.
Those countries were expected to deposit 85% of their bank reserves back then with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. And should those countries wish to request some of those monies, because remember they were only left with 15% of their reserves, then...
Oops, sorry about that. Don't worry. Okay. 1 minute. Give me 1 sec. I'll come back into it. I don't know what's happened there. We're trying to fix it. Just give me 1 sec. I don't know why that is happening. Just give me 1 sec. We will fix it again. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay. We will try one more thing. Just give me a second, please. It's a sort of technical issue here whilst I bring that back up. Okay. So I think it will be back up now. Okay. So here we are. Now that's it. Okay. Dr. Arikana Shombori Kwao. I will let her speak, then we can,
Those countries were expected to deposit 85% of their bank reserves back then with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. And should those countries wish to request some of those monies, because remember they were only left with 15% of their reserves, then they would have to submit a financial statement for the country, and if approved, they could only access up to 20% of whatever they had deposited the year before as a loan at commercial interest rates. The only difference now is the 85% deposits have now been lowered down to maybe between 50 and 60%, but the countries are still forced and required to deposit their bank reserves with the French Central Bank. So picture this situation. You are depositing all your monies with France. Should you need some of your money, you get it as a loan at commercial interest rates. So immediately, you have a credit with France, but you begin to owe France. This has been going on and continues to this day. So combined, the 14 countries are giving to France cash, cold hard cash, over $500 billion every year. And France takes that money and invests it in its own stock market under the French name, and the countries may or may not know the returns. Currently, for every 14 billion that France takes out of Africa, by the time they finish investing it in the French stock market, they are realizing upwards of 300 billion. So you do the math to see how much money France is taking out of Africa every year. And yet France has the audacity to then look at African countries and call them poor countries. Why would poor African countries give $500 billion to France year in and year out? What really gets me the most is, how does the world sit back and watch this carnage take place in Africa? Where is the United Nations? This is the body that's supposed to be looking out for any violations of human rights. It is my humble opinion that singularly, what France is doing to Africa is the biggest violation of human rights.
Okay, so
for the continuation of colonization sake.
So that is exactly the point there. You had initially they were taking 85%, now it's down to 60%, and they're making money. And African leaders agreed to it. Now, oftentimes, in the pact, Linda, yes, they did. But in the pact for continuation of colonization, the French, one of the things, and this is why, let us listen to this very importantly. This is why Assimi Goïta and Ibrahim Traoré of Mali, Assimi Goïta of Mali, and General Chiani of Niger, this is why they kicked the French out. Because the French in the pact for the continuation of colonization, there is something called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization that they got the leaders to sign. Part of the agreement was that the French must have their military on that land. Many people don't know that. Part of it was that, you know, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Okay, we are going to build better. Thank you. Well said, MK. I'll try and bring you on board as well. Greetings for that, my brother. It's part of the project that we're doing. Fantastic. So now, part of what the French did for the colonization, continued colonization, they must have their military base on the soil. And that means that if you as a president didn't do what they told you, they will remove you. They can remove you from office, either through unaliving or whatever. So it is important we understand that. So I just wanted to take a minute to appreciate Dr. Arikana. Whoops. Echo? Where? Can you all hear me? Can you all, am I echoing? Am I echoing anywhere? Let me know if somebody said there's echo, but I can't hear it. Okay. It may be your end because I think, no echo. Nature Lover said no echo. So I may drop you and bring you back, Linda, if that's the case. But, okay. But, so it is very important to understand that the African leaders, they have 14, that is why Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger kicked the French out. Because they knew that if they left them there, they would then go and carry out coups against them again. So they've stopped that, and the French don't want that. And we have to say it as Africans. It is our right to demand. Thank you very much, Earth Angel, for the gift as well, and all of you gifting. Thank you very much. We need to make sure that our people understand the game that has been played. I mean, imagine they take 14 billion out of the money they take from Africa, 14 billion, for example. They invest it and they get 300 billion. And the people of Africa don't get the benefit of that money. And it is and the money, they take our money, the money that that is for the Africans. They take it from them. And then they say we are poor. Can you see why we cannot trust, or we must not rely on whatever they tell us in the mainstream media? Very important. Let me go to I Am Signature. I Am Signature, greetings and welcome. You haven't spoken at all. Let us hear your thoughts. Greetings and welcome, my brother. Nature Love, I Am Signature. Go ahead.
It's beautiful to be here, Citizen AY, Akibuland, I see you, Miss Lydia LJ, and everyone in the house. It's so beautiful to be here. Information is power. A people empowered by the right information cannot be deterred. And so platform like this should be encouraged. I'm excited to be here, and then we continue to do the work. So I haven't listened to that video. I think it was not my first time of listening to that video. The woman in question had mentioned this a number of times, and then there was this time it broke the social media space and all of that. I just want to say that Citizen AY, you're Yoruba, right?
Yes.
So there's a Yoruba proverb that says that the rats outside the house always need the rats inside the house to be able to perpetuate any level of success, whether stealing or anything, right? So the rats outside the house would always need the rats inside the house, right? So, I mean, we're in a world where it is about dog eat dogs. Nations want to dominate the other nations and all of that. It's a simple buy and sell game, and everybody would do anything to make sure their own ticket sales, right? So Africa has been backward so much, not necessarily because of what these other people are doing to us, but more importantly, what we do to ourselves, right? We accept this, and that's why it looks like it is what it is, right? You cannot blame for anybody for whatever you behave yourself into, right? So this new crop of Africans are different, and the world has got to know, right? This new crop of Africans are different. We are taking our destiny in our hands. We are deciding to correct what everything our ancestors did, and then we're going to play the game different. We are going to build from community beyond just personal greed, right? And that's why, as people, I would always promote the fact that as Africans, we must continue to build strong institutions away from strong people, All right, with strong people, there's a little you can do, but with strong institutions, you would create respect and create credibility for your nation and then for the people of Africa. We are a people where one man has to be sometimes richer than everybody in the community. That's not how to build. I like to say that there are templates around the world just to let you know what's currently happening. From the monarchy systems of the old, where we saw the British also come to Africa to do all of the things that we have also heard that France is doing. That's a system where you have a few elites controlling the masses, right? And then we move to democracy. We have seen how democracy is currently doing us. I mean, democracy is another way of handing over the baton to home people who continues to serve as puppets to the masters, right? But there's a new template across the world, and that's what you could see happening in Burkina Faso. One of those templates is also what we are seeing in the Middle East, and that's a template where the elite decides to be intentionally conscience-minded, right? So it is not just about being a bit in the monarchical system, but making sure that the elites have conscience. That's what we're seeing in development in Qatar, some of what we're experiencing in Burkina Faso, what we've seen in the UAE, right? Until the people decentralize, their power of trust and commonwealth to a few at the top, the better we would perform as a people. So this generation of Africa is different. We're arming ourselves with the right information, and then we will liberate Africa and create the right emancipation from the mind, and continue to read and take on documents that empowers us enough for us to take a destiny in our hands, right? This Africa is new, and we're excited to be doing this. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Well said. Well said. I like the update that you said there. So if the rat in the house does not open the door, the rat outside will not come in. Yes, you are absolutely right. There is a lot of that to be said, and you can see we need that. We have to confront these things. These are bitter truths that we have to say to ourselves. These are bitter truths that we have to say. And we need to make sure that we amplify that message to remind us that we are community-based people, and we need to work from that point of view. Yeah, free Africa. It is very, very important that we continue to raise the awareness in our communities, to speak to power the things that our ancestors, the successes of our ancestors, to reconnect back to our ancestors, to achieve the greatness, to restore the greatness that our ancestors actually brought about, that brought the amazing kingdoms that till today the Western countries still come to pillage. But this time, we the people, we are going to, as Africans, are going to wake up and actually put an end to that pillaging, and actually decide to actually have strong institutions like I Am Signature said. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I thank you so much for coming, Signature. But I want to talk about the Mighty Three, as I refer to them. The Mighty Three have shown that with some cooperation, determination, fearlessness, that bravery that they had, it can be done.
Yep.
It can be done. It's being done today. It was being done yesterday. It was being done last year. And host, you told us about his latest project, because it seems he's doing projects every day.
It's coming out.
I would really love to get my feet on the ground in Burkina Faso. I'm a little scary because I know it's they're going through something.
Yeah.
But I would love to get my feet on the ground.
Yes.
In Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Mali. These are some brave men. And what they're accomplishing was not given to them. It wasn't handed to them. I'm sure if they went up to a French soldier and said, look, can you, leave us alone for a little while and let us see what we can do, they would have told them no. It's against their own interest. So sometimes, well, all the time, freedom is not given.
It is.
It must be taken. Nobody is going to sit there
Yes.
with a pot of gold that they took from you, and when you come and ask, can I have it back? They're not going to say yes. They're going to tell you to get out of here. And they'll be willing to go against you by any means necessary to keep that pot of gold. Now, they've had that pot of gold for quite some time. They got comfortable with it. They put the bobbleheads in place to help them. The bobbleheads / overseers, and gave them a little bit. But what about the rest of the community? What about the rest of the country? Because they don't care about that. Their interest is, let me get those resources out of there by any means necessary. If I can pay one of you to keep it coming to me after I go home, that's exactly what they did. They did it until they got kicked out by force. They got tired of asking.
Yeah.
Will you please just, let me, give me, do?
No.
One day they made a decision. We've had it with you. You made promises when you came. You've broken all the promises you made. So what is your purpose for being here? Because all we see you doing is stealing.
Yeah.
So they stopped it.
Yeah.
And they're doing a fantastic job. I love these guys. I'm proud of these guys. My peoples. Yes.
Absolutely.
If we just get everybody else to get on board, we'd be doing something.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you for that. And thank you for always, putting, shining a light on the great work that's been done by the Mighty Three. They are indeed the Mighty Three, because they're doing what many have said is impossible. They are making Africa great. They are restoring the pride of Africans among themselves and making sure we know we are a rich continent, not poor. And this is something we need to hold on to. Thank you so much for that, Linda. Thank you. Upon your Gloria, welcome back. If you wanted to say a few words, Nekisha Law, greetings. I wonder if you wanted to say a few words. If you do want to, just throw me an invite, and then I'll bring you up and you can say a few words. I'm going to go. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Nature Lover. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I'm talking away. Yes, greetings to you all. Sorry, thank you very much, Nature Lover. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in Gloria. If you're there, I will bring you back up. Because you wanted to speak earlier on. Okay, Alkebulan, I'm going to accept Alkebulan and I'll accept Gloria. Let me see, Gloria. And then it is important to understand that there is much work to be done. I'm going to move on to another topic now to really talk about the alternative to the IMF and World Bank. The alternative to the IMF and World Bank. I'll talk about that. But before I do that, let me bring in Gloria. Alkebulan has spoken a few times, but let's go to Gloria. Gloria, welcome back. What would you like to say? Let's hear from you. Hello, Gloria. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Network.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Good.
Greetings, everybody, once again.
Greetings.
I'm really so happy to see this platform still standing. Okay, it's like a reminder. You want to give up, but there's something to remind you every day to stand up. I really appreciate you, sir. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
About our motherland, I'm gonna be frank and say this one. If there will be freedom in Africa, it will start from the western part. It will start from like those ends of let me say now Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. It will start from there. Why did I say that? There's this propaganda still running around in the Central, in the East Africa, and in South Africa. That game of manipulation, it's still
there.
And the horn, let me not forget the horn. The horn.
The horn, yes, yes.
There's a lot of manipulation there. The more you want to talk, the more money comes in. Let's take a look. When Kenya was battling with their things, what, out of the suddenly, they're all quiet. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody is going on the street. Nobody is running. Nobody doing anything. Because the money came in. The few people who are still running, those few people haven't got anything from whoever's sponsoring these people. They haven't eaten anything. They haven't touched that money. The moment they touch that money, their mouths are silent. Nowhere on TikTok, nowhere on YouTube, nowhere, anywhere. They're on vacation. But when I look at West Africa, how these people are standing firm and talking and reminding people that, look, we still have a lot to do. We still need to remind our leaders from Nigeria. We still remind our leaders from Senegal. You guys are doing amazing. And I believe majority of people who do the streaming from those Western parts, they're not being paid or cover up. They're just doing it willingly to free people. But the manipulation we are having in the East Africa, it's too much. Recently, we had a guy who was covering the Central African Republic and Congo and what. I don't know where the guy disappeared. Disappeared like that. Where did he went? He said, I'm in US during my vacation. So the fight we want, how will it come if we are not so contented, like if we don't put our heart into? It really pains me to see people calling people to go and fight for the freedom of Africa for what? At the end of the day, when they receive money, they forget. Why are we going if you want money? If you know that your head wants money so much, why are we going there? It's the same thing with our leaders. The leaders come into power, they say, oh, we will do this one, we will arrange we will do that, A up to Z. When they go there, they start talking about, right now they're talking about Trump and the other woman. They left the issues. People are battling with Chinese down here. They have left that issues. It's too much. Now, some people say that, if we don't, African people are so clever. At some point, they know how to come out and cry, and they know how to go back and hide peacefully. I've been hearing these South Africans coming out and say, oh, look, Nigerians are this, we don't want them in our land. But the same land, it's in Akebo land. The same land they're talking about, it's still within the map. They're not yet independent, or they're not yet their home country. After hearing the first strike, the winter comes, everybody is quiet. No more talking about bad things about Nigeria. No more talking about bad things about Zimbabwe. We are friends now because winter came and eat us. Now, if we continue to do that type of game, it makes people lose hope. Even if somebody wants to stand for people in Africa or for the entire people of Africa, it makes people to lose hope. That kind of game, it's so dangerous. It's now people giving them like, oh, if you think you guys are free, you do it by yourself. Because now we are brothers because there's winter. Winter came and everything. Now we are brothers with Zimbabwe. Now we are brothers with Nigerians. But when there's nothing, you talk too much. And that's the problem. A lot is happening if we black people don't come together at this point and stand our ground. We might find one day they relocate us to somewhere, even we will even leave our cable land for the white people and we again say, no, let's go to your country.
There's a saying, they say in Igbo, it say Tufiakwa, no way. We will never allow that. No way. No way. It will lie a war in my language. We will never allow that to happen. You're right. But I mean, it's good for us to be aware, but we must never allow that. We can't even allow that to even enter our mentality. We need to, that's why we need collective action. But carry on, I hear you. Yeah, Gloria, go ahead. Go ahead.
A black person with money, huh? Their engine is charged with money. 24/7, money, 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 money. A black person will never do anything voluntary. If you say the black person go and volunteer in Congo right now, we will not go. But if you say a black person go and volunteer in Russia or in UK, you will see how many people will leave their village. That means that even if we need to put more, like, to educate more people to know the benefit of a cable land, because majority that have that heart, they haven't gotten out of a cable land or to visit any other country. Because the pictures that they see that, oh, this country is blooming, or this country is super rich, they haven't been there by themselves.
No.
But the moment you go there, you have seen, you have stayed there, you have got nothing, you come back here to tell people that, look, here there is nothing, and it will give people like, oh, there is nothing, but there is pictures, good, well, it's that kind of game of winning hearts. It's so hard to play. So we need to educate people a lot, and we still have a lot to do with people.
Indeed.
Our black people.
Indeed. Thank you.
One thing I want to talk about. Right now, we really need to be like open our eyes widely. I saw a video earlier on from Ghana. Those Ghanaians were chasing Chinese away from their land, like with a stick running.
Good.
And I'm like, if Ghana
Can you send me that video? Could you send me that video at all? Or the link for it?
Yeah, I've sent it. I'm like, if they can have this courage to do this one, how about people from East Africa? What are they doing? East Africa is still busy signing contract of training their soldiers in Kenya here. And these people are still leaving their country to come and train in Kenya. Full training. And go back to UK.
No.
It's so weird, really weird. It's so crazy.
Yeah, you're right. No, we will not stop.
It's
We'll not stop.
crazy.
No, thank you very much.
Let me stop right there. Let
Thank you.
somebody carry on.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you said there. And there's a lot. We have to keep our eyes open. That video, the video, I'll find it. We may even make it a topic to talk about that the Ghanaians are chasing away the Chinese from their land. And that is something that we need to understand. That you see, if that is happening on the ground, that means that the message that we're sharing, people are recognizing that the resources belong to them and they have a right to defend it on their land. And that is something we need to amplify across Africa, and including making our leaders aware that the people are not going to take this nonsense anymore. So thank you for what you said there. Thank you. Thank you so much. There was somebody I wanted to speak. Okay. Vanna, you haven't said anything for a while. I wondered if you wanted to chip in before I go to the next topic. Oh, I'll keep and I'll come back to you as well. Please continue to give the platform, Citizen Network, the platform where we speak with the power, and also the panelists for their comments and the suggestions. We do need that it's anything that we do to help us keep this going is very much appreciated. There is a lot of work to be done, as Gloria stated. We have to keep our eyes open. We mustn't allow our land. We must no longer become exiles on our own land. We must no longer allow ourselves to be kicked off our own land by those who have oppressed us long enough. It is our responsibility to protect this land for the coming generation of Africans, and we need to do that work collectively. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for that awakening. Saneboyo, greetings and welcome. So please continue to give the platform. Gen Goldie, we've not spoken for a while. I was inviting you, but I think you were probably busy. Let me just show you something quickly. I want to bring this to our attention. Okay, Linda, you want to speak briefly? Then.
No, I was just gonna let you know that Verna's got the teacup up. Verna and Zach.
Yes, I see that. Yes, I see that. So maybe they're
Okay.
away. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for that, Linda. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to show you something now, and I really want us to really key into this. Please, you do
Host,
not.
we can't hear you.
Sorry,
You're
sorry.
muted.
Sorry. Yes, thank you very much. So thank you, Linda. Thank you for that. So I want to show you something again. That's the lovely face of Dr. Arikana Shumbarikwao, and our message there is very clear. We need to take control. It is down to you and I. Let us begin to take that control. But let me show you something that is going on right now. Russia is proposing, and they outlined a proposal for BRICS DLT cross-border payment system. Now, this is a direct challenge to the IMF and World Bank. And as you know, the three countries behind me, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they are no longer receiving any funding from IMF or World Bank. They are now connecting, and they are doing a trade by barter, a kind of trade by barter using their resources. That is a good system, but it would need planning for that to expand. But another option that we can look at, and I'm not saying we ignore it, exactly, yes. So precisely, Gloria, they have not working. In fact, Mali said, we are no longer prepared to work to do anything with IMF or World Bank on our land because we're just here to exploit our resources, and the system is there to actually impoverish Africa. So now, let's just quick look at that. Let me read the story to you briefly. This is by Blockchain for Banking News. Anyway, a new research paper out of Russia proposes the future of the international monetary and financial systems. The country is the current chair of the BRICS, which is meeting next week. One of its proposals is a CBDC and DLT system to support local currency payments. Local currency payments. While the paper makes some interesting points, the mixture of fact and propaganda undermines. Anyway, I don't want to listen to that because they're trying to undermine it. The point is that Russia has actually put forward, they are literally coming up with a counter financial system that's going to rely on the value of each of the countries being reflected in their currency. What do I mean? So when you have Togo that has all those resources and beginning to actually have those resources, the gold, for example, they will have more of the gold in their own bank rather than somebody coming to take it and then pay them. You know what is crazy about this? Togo, let me go and look at how much gold they have in the bank. Let us do a simple check. Togo bank gold reserve. Yeah, let us see. I just want to show you what I mean. Togo gold reserve. Okay. Now let's have a look at this. I want to see that. Okay. Gold reserves. Okay. So Togo has got $74.9 million in gold reserves. That is the money they put in the bank. Now, what is the actual mineral reserves? What's the value? What quantity of gold do they have? Let me see. I want to try and see if I can get you. Let me see if I can get that to you. Gold production. Okay. So they produced 20 million kilograms of gold. Yeah. So that is 20 million of gold. So certainly that 452,000, how much is that? Let me see. How much is that in terms of number of gold? The value of the gold. Let's see. They are clever in doing this. Okay, they have a number. How much gold do they have in weight? But anyway, the point I'm making is that the amount of gold that they have in their reserves is far less than the amount of gold that they have in the soil, which means that the Togolese economy, they can actually tie their currency to their gold because they have the mineral resources in our ground. This is what Gaddafi was trying to do when he was unalived. And basically, this is what Russia is trying to do, so that the economy of every person that has, with your mineral resources will be reflected. And your gold, because you are trading in your own currency, you will get a fair value for whatever you're trading with. They are paying you in your currency. It's not going to be tied to this IMF and World Bank that deliberately bring down the value, the rate of your currency. Listen intently, please. What IMF and World Bank simply do, we in Nigeria now, they've told them they have to be in the same IMF and World Bank plan for the next 15 years. And that means that the Nigeria will never be able to pay whatever loans we have. To pay for it, we will be paying with our oil, our gold, whatever. And they make sure that the value of each kilogram of gold or oil will be far less in comparison to the dollar, so they can suck out our wealth. This is what is going on. And that is why we support what BRICS is saying there, what Russia is saying. So the proposal is something we should all look at. Now, going further, we know that AES are planning something similar among themselves. Ultimately, the long-term goal will be we should have one currency for Africa because of the resources that we have. Yeah, that was why. Exactly. So we need to be thinking about this. And I also want to say this. Why do we have to pay a single penny for the loans that they put on our neck? Why do we have to pay a single penny? We don't have to pay a single penny. You know why? Our resources has been taken for peanuts for at least 60 years. Since the 70s, the resources in Africa has been taken for peanuts all over Africa. So whatever loan they're giving us will never match the amount. Our artifacts are in museums all over Europe and Canada and US, making money for them, and they're not giving it back. But then they're dictating to us. These are things we need to really factor in and consider. Tashe Monroe, okay, yes. Greetings, my brother. So I'm bringing this to you to know that there are systems that are being looked at. We don't have to be locked into IMF or World Bank. We can pull out, and we can begin to tell our government about that in Africa. That is really important. I'll give you more updates about that. But let me hear from Tashe, my brother. Welcome, my brother. Greetings. What would you like to say? Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Greetings. Welcome.
I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who are there inside this house.
Thank you, my brother.
They say they want it send hand for text for shoot dog don't see them.
Yeah, Abi. Yes,
Africa
now.
don't see them.
We don't see them.
We don't see them. They don't send hand for Pigstone. We see them. We the dogs we don't see them, and we are standing firm. It never be late. Hey, Africa, our eyes don't clear.
You don't clear.
The check said we get to use spectacles before we open our eyes. Our eyes don't naturally open. Guys, the time now. The time never be late.
Now.
It don't start that octogenarians, they don't start the fall. Right to Cameroon, right to everywhere. They don't start the fall. All that magic where they be the text say they will hold way for spell. The spell magic they ever get it on time. The Francmasons and the Rosicrucians and all the like, it don't fail them because magic it get the time. But when the time comes, what the time don't come. When God the time comes, hey, the God of the land says, no matter what, you know, if you fight me for my own house and not place where I feel hide and not place where I take my own things.
Yes, my brother.
We don't know place where we keep our half broom. We not place where we keep our half cutlass. We don't pick them. And it don't start from the north, they come down. when you start to trim the tree for on top, it'll be easier because by the time it's near the bottom, you just clear them. We don't start for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they come down. Hey, Sub-Saharan Africa, we not go like. We not go like. The only thing we'll figure to preach them now, now say, may we start firm. May we stop the hate. May we stop to buy that language for the colonial people, the way they tell we say, we divide ourselves. Hey, the time is now. May we teach our young ones the way the different ground say, may not think say grass be greener on the other side of the fence. Grass be green for your before.
For your land.
Grass be green for your before. May we take them as a day. No thing say as the Europe day that they call you, come. Hey, my guys. Take the 3 million naira where you get them. Invest them for the place where you go get the money. Take the 3 million francs CFA where you get them. Stand for the place where you invest them, you will see the realities. Going outside now, not be because the world be now a global village for inside your palm.
Naimo.
Invest, think. Learn from platform for like this one, where our brother is the teacher. May we not take them Shidon, teach our young ones them, teach our brothers them what to go on. Information big key. If we take things saying now only to begin the listen to music, the type of thing now how we go go for on top hill, go fast. All those fasting and prayers never give me anything.
Yes.
My brothers and sisters, remove the Bible from our armpit.
Yes, so
remove the Bible and the Quran from our armpit.
Yes.
Follow our ancestors. Follow our ancestors. Now them will give we key. China don't follow them, we don't help them. Japan don't follow them, we don't help them. These people them for Europe here, they don't start to sell churches, they will turn them for restaurants because they never see anything good. Why would they take those Quran and the Bible, the Hokam? It cannot help we or it not will help we.
Not true.
My brothers and sisters, the time is now.
Not so.
If KB say, but don't take a European passport, they go take for a lifetime. Now because Isiam say that thing, if it go reach for France, if France say that thing for France, it not gonna help we. It don't see the light. It's time to shine the light. They want to chase you around.
Yes, sir.
It come back home.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? The people they know how to fear. My tell you one thing, no one listen. France don't already sink. That a sinking ship. Europe don't sink. Now a sinking ship. If we unite together with open borders, with open currency, with one army, hey, these people will come, they will turn the bag. These people will turn the bag because everything will be required. Where these people need them a day for our land. It just suffices, may we unite ourselves. May we tell our leaders and say, may they open that border. The way these people not be one for, may we open them. May they open these borders for we. So if we move freely, we feel trade among us. We feel remove. I feel in my cocoa. I turn on my chocolate. I sell them for Nigeria. I feel remove my coffee. I turn them the coffee. I send them for Ghana. I feel take my hay. I feel take my peanuts. I turn them for peanut butter chocolate. I sell them for South Africa. We intertrade. We intertwine. Everything. It could work for we. Yes, it could work. I say it will work. And people listen, it will work. I share.
It don't begin the work, Seth, my brother. It don't begin the work, my brother. Now to talk.
It will work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I know it will take a lot of time because a lot of people will get to talk. Not me, man, not going to hog the stage.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to be a dictator. People love ourselves.
Yes, sir, my brother. Thank you. You do well, my brother. My brother, I greet you. My brother, I greet you. You do well. Now that kind talk, now we supposed to get for platform. Make everybody wake up. Make una shine una eye well. Time don't knock, my people. Now so we talk inside the music. Time don't knock. Make una wake up. Na so it be, oh. Na so. Thank you so much. That wasn't pidgin English that we say among ourselves in Africa. So I'm
I
really
understood all of that.
fantastic. Just in
I
case.
don't know why you thought I wouldn't. You know I'm in these spaces all the
Fantastic.
time. That's how come it ain't no wahala.
Oh boy, okay. Love it. Cause you wahala, no wahala at all. Love it, love it. No, I'm really grateful, and that's the thing. Our eyes are opening. I think one of the things you touched on. It said in France right now they are really afraid because they realize that everything that they're getting is coming from Africa, and we are saying no more to it. You know, and we need to recognize that among us. We need to let our people know that is what the West. That they are literally afraid of us waking up on our own continent, and that's their problem, not ours. We need to fix our own. Yes, go ahead.
Have you noticed that they are running around all over Africa trying to get in, set up camp so they can try to get back into the Mighty Three?
Yep,
They
all the time.
send everybody all around them because they got a plan to get back in there. They already said it. They had a whole video saying, oh, we coming back. So now all they're trying to do is get in buddy-buddy with the bobbleheads. So that they can make a path to get back over there. But the bobbleheads need to be careful because they'll do them too. Exactly.
And also the people are awake now. The people are not going to accept this anymore. Like my brother said, Atashi, Mo said, it's time now. Now this time, now we time be this. Their time don't over. Our ancestors don't talk, say, make them finish. They don't finish for them. Now our time be this. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't drink. I don't do just cigarettes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, me, I eat.
So yes,
It's really good.
I'll come back to you, Linda. Linda was saying that Linda is following you. She was saying, but I'm sorry. Let me hear from Angel. You are saying something, but your line went off. Go ahead, Linda. I mean, Adiremi.
I'm sorry. No.
Were you saying something? Oh, okay. Linda.
Yeah, someone was talking. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was telling you someone was saying hi to me outside.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Yes, my sister. Yes, Gloria. Go ahead.
I wanted to pass this one simple, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
There's this trend whereby people who are seeking asylum out, they start dumping them in Africa.
I know.
UK was one of them. They dumped them in Wonderland.
Yes.
Now, Uganda is again, they're dumping people from Netherlands, okay, to Uganda.
No
Are
way.
we the dumpsters?
Exactly. No, we should say no to that nonsense. We need to kick that nonsense out. No more. Nonsense. That's absolute nonsense.
That there's impeachment in Kenya, but we're not going to talk about that today. I will come back tomorrow.
Yes, we will talk about this. Yes, I'm following that as well. I'm following the impeachment process. But thank you so much for that, Gloria. Thank you. And these are the things we have to be aware. They keep telling us, oh, we are immigrants. So they want us to become immigrants on our own land. We can't allow that to happen. And that is why we need to participate in this. Everything we are saying is Africans has a right to our land. We are sovereigns on our land. Let me see who hasn't spoken.
Is that Gloria?
Okay, Gloria. I can't see her. I can't see Gloria. I can't see her.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
She's here. Gloria is here. Go ahead.
Gloria, freedom. We're almost there. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vanaman. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. Okay, Sulaiman. Sulaiman, blessing. Greetings. What would you like to see? Let's hear from you. Go ahead, Sulaiman. Sulaiman.
Thank you.
Greetings. Go ahead. Go ahead. Then I'll come to Peace Africa. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Sulaiman. Are you there? Or was it Peace Africa? Okay, Sulaiman, wait.
Yes, I'm here. I've been following you. I normally sometimes
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
The question I want to ask, why do we need visa to go to America and US people, they don't need the visa to come to Africa? And then why do I need visa to move all over Africa when US, they don't need any visa to move all over my country? Why?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, wow, very good question. Very good question, and something we should all be thinking about. That's a very good question. Very good question. Yes.
His question, why is it that Americans and other countries don't have to have, come back here, please, come back, because I've been reading your comment. I want to talk to you too. Why is it that other immigrants in other parts of the world don't have to have passports?
No, visas to come into Africa.
Because the Berlin Conference said that so they wouldn't fight each other, they needed to divide the country up into bite-sized pieces and not argue over the whole thing. That's why. So they made borders. I'm going to take Nigeria and you can have Ghana, and we're not going to fight each other because you're going to stay over in Ghana and I'm going to stay in Nigeria. Now they left, but they also left the borders, and they're pretty much still running it from back home. So Peace Africa.
No, that's like
you say, let me ask the European immigrants in the USA, as well as they talk about immigrants is Africa. I don't really understand the question.
I'll get him to speak in a minute.
Can I say something to clarify that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Immigrants are usually considered people that are not born on the soil of the country in question. But I think what they said earlier was that they are calling sovereign Africans that are born there immigrants. And his question was, which to me was a valid question, why do they need visa to travel from one state to another in the continent of Africa? But in the United States, right here, the same ones that make them rules for them folks, we don't need visa to go from Georgia to Florida. All I do is get in my car and drive.
Or to California if you want to. Nobody cares. So Peace Africa, are you there?
Be good for the gander.
Peace.
Yes, I'm there. How are you doing?
Greetings.
We're doing good. And could you just ask your question out loud yourself?
Yeah. I was asking, why is it that when it comes to the cards of immigrants, it's only Latinos, Mexicans, and Africans? How come I've never seen it on news in the USA where they say immigrants from Europe? And also in Europe, why is it that immigrants are from Africa?
So you're asking how come they don't talk about immigrants that come in here from all over the world? Because they do.
From the rest of
big influx of people coming in from Brazil, but most of them were not black, and they didn't talk about it. Not only did they not talk about it, when they came here, some were even, you may not have seen it on your continent, but here on this one, we saw them dancing around saying how happy they were to be here. They're getting checks, they're getting food stamps, they're getting housing. So yes, they are coming in here from all over the globe, and it's not a new occurrence. This has been going on. This is why they call this place the melting pot. People come here from everywhere. It ain't just the Hispanics. However, this year is an election year, and Trump wants to make it seem like this is something brand new happening. It is not, but we do have a great influx of Hispanic people coming in, and I'm not mad with them either, because part of this country out in California was theirs, and they were pushed out. So they just coming back. I ain't mad.
That's right, Linda. You tell him. You go right ahead and tell him. No,
so you got to be careful, Peace Africa, what you see in the media. Because the media is putting forth what they want you to believe.
Yeah, there is two sides to that. Let me just chip in there quickly. Peace Africa, welcome. And Linda. Linda, you are right. When you see, I've been following what's going on in America, and I've seen a lot of Hispanics and sort of other people coming in from all over, Europe coming in. But they never call them, they don't even call them immigrants. They just say they are Europeans or whatever. They don't call them immigrants. But if it's an African, that's what Peace Africa is saying. If it's an African, they always use that word. You are an immigrant coming into Europe. You're an immigrant coming to America. You're an immigrant. They particularly like using that word. Now, if you are an European coming to Africa, they call you an expat. There is a word that they call an expat.
Be loud, sir. Be louder.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Are you all hearing me? Are you all hearing me?
Low. You're low.
And I just don't know where that other voice is coming
Oh
from.
my
Is
gosh.
that you, Archangel?
Hang on.
I was saying he's coming in pretty low.
Oh, I'm hang on. Can you all hear me now?
Okay, I hear you okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it may be a technical issue. So okay. So what I'm saying is that Africa and Peace Africa is absolutely right. When you are an European coming into Africa, whether you're from US or from Europe, you are seen as an expat. They call them expats. But when you are an African going into Europe or to US or to Canada, you are an immigrant. And it's a very valid question to ask, and I think we need to be aware of that. That word immigrant is them to denote that when they see Africans, you should treat them as an immigrant. And also, expats, the laws that they use in Africa, the expats are above those laws. It's a way to separate from themselves from complying with the laws they've imposed on Africans on the African continent. These are all really clever systems that they've designed. So,
you're being long-winded with calling the rest. We do.
This way, we will be strengthening our fellow black people.
Exactly.
And please, you people there in diaspora, invest back in Africa, because they will deport you there from there. You leave everything. Once you come here, you are home, irrespective of which country you are deported to. You choose where you want to be deported to.
It's true.
Please invest in Africa as much as you can. Let us build our nations together. I beg to submit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They're not going to kick us out because we're the major consumer.
May I speak, please?
Yeah, definitely.
When you finish.
Okay. Yes, very true, Linda. Very true. Let me.
You finish?
Yeah.
I'm done.
She's done.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead, Vanna. Go ahead.
Hallelujah.
Thanks, Linda.
Well, go ahead, Bernie.
So sorry. Yeah, you guys are funny.
No, I just want to comment, please.
Yes, go ahead. Then I'll go to Aya. Yeah, go ahead.
Peace Africa, my beloved son, brother, King. This is such a powerful person. What you are doing with the people, I mean, you just God sent. You just God sent. And I know me, I'm talking about God within you.
Yes.
It is not hard to contact the ancestors. The problem is we got too many interruptions because we've been taught against them. And first of all, you have to really know that the ancestors are with you, for you, and always will be. The ancestors don't have no evil thoughts. They're just here. And listen, so many of them have thousands and thousands have been unalive to make sure that seed that is you got here. Okay? So they can't be against you. They're here to assist us, not to overtake us. And they don't like prayer, like begging for help or something like that. No, they want you to communicate with them knowing that they're there to help you. Knowing that they're always, you have to know that you have to actually visualize it and see it and begin to feel the ancestors with you, begin to hear them, and you can only do that by knowing that they're always with you. You are one. Thank you.
Ashe, thank you very much. Very powerful statement there by Vanna, Queen Vanna. Thank you so much. I love that. I love the way you put that. We know, we must know. We have to know within ourselves when we speak. Anything we want to visualize, when we are manifestors, and we've lost that skill of manifesting our reality because of the imposition of religion on our minds. And what we're trying to do is to actually remove that shackle so that we can begin to manifest the great Africa, the free Africa that is actually going to be collectively beneficial to all Africans on the continent and outside. You know, so very well said, Vanna. Thank you very much for that. Let me go to Aya. The Awakening, I'll come back to you. Let's hear from Aya quickly, then I'll go to the Awakening because they haven't spoken. Aya, welcome, my brother.
Thank you very, very much.
Greetings, welcome.
Very powerful words before. One from the piece.
Yes.
That's a clever piece.
Yes.
And then from the good sister. One thing I want to say is, I hope the echo goes.
Okay, sorry, one second. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. The reality is, please, thank you for this. Sometimes you create a summary before one comes in. But what the sister says is unique. The sister and the brother hosting have said two things, which Linda knows. The ancestors is no child's play. I don't know. Look, let me start from the spiritual. The ancestors exist, but you see, what they did was told you that a man came and died. And because of that, so you assume death is a man being buried. No, not true. The man who died was not even buried. He was not seen. Remember that. The man who died, if the man died, where's the body? Your ancestors are transiting spirit. Please, they are living.
Unalive, please.
Yeah, unalive. Yes, unalive. Sorry,
unalive.
Yes.
A man was unalived. 100%. Thank you for that correction, Sister Lynn. A man was unalived, but you didn't even see the body. It shows you the man is living. But I want to do two things. First, and this was just by way, not a correction, by way of adding to what we're saying. Let us not be afraid if we follow the ways of the Almighty. Because the Almighty, the Creator, created our ancestors. Yeah? So if you are following one of the words of your ancestors know those words more than you. I don't want to say wallahi, but this is true. The ancestors know both of those words more than you. Do not be afraid of them. But if you don't go by that way, alhamdulillah, they are with you. Because the Almighty said, I put my spirit in you. Let us, when the day we people, our people start to remember this, you know, we'll break the shackle. That's the last shackle. It's a spiritual shackle. If we break it, you will then know that there's no boundaries. Because we know one secret. Between where we're living, which is this physical framework, and where they are living, it's a continuum.
Yeah.
If you take that continuum as pieces, you will even be supported by them. And I'm not using them as though they are strangers to me. I'm using my only with me as well.
Yes.
But my brother,
so now let's go forward.
Thank you.
Yes.
My brother, I must ask you a question, please, okay?
Please
do. You see, the scripture says when they ask Christ, when will the kingdom come? And he says the kingdom is here. And he also said that the kingdom of God is within.
Oh, I see.
Is that right?
I see. That's what that master said, you know.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, the thing about it is that when you say almighty, there is none almighty here. There's nothing outside of me. Because the true God lives within us. There's nothing outside of us.
No.
That's what we have been told. There's nothing outside of us and our ancestors that is more powerful than we are.
Absolutely. Nothing. And that's the shackle. It's because, as I tell you, they always say they give you a date. There's someone on the left for. No. Look, you are living, and that one too is living. The one who went is living, and you are living. It's a continuum. Thank you very much. But if we learn that, we will then not have so much fear.
Exactly.
We will also not have so much things that, minimalize us. Because these are the things of minimalizing ourselves. I tell you honestly, I'm very happy with this one today. The reason I'm happy because I had Lynn and the host saying we need to now start coming out with various things. In other words, they don't just want comments. What can we do? What is concrete? Going back to the three have shown us one this week, this 2 weeks, changing names. So my question was, what is in a name? What is in a name? That's what I came to speak about. Because some people think, that's a facade. Look at this. They got nothing to do now. Now they're changing names. But this is why I started talking about the spiritual. Let me tell you, my good people, something that happened to the Algerians. You might ask the question, what is this gap between the Algerian and that master who came? That one who came on colonialism. The same that came to Morocco, the same that came to Tunisia. You know what they did to the Algerians? Have a spirit that said, no, we will not bow to these. They started calling them names that you and I would call in French names. But you know what those names are saying? Or if you hear some of the words here, you will stop me. But look, if you talk about the nether part of a goat, and you take a whole human being and you call him that name as his surname, this is what happens. So they go to school. When they learn French, they see that they have been abused. Their names and their surnames represent various abuses. This is part of the hatred. Now you speak with the Algerian and you would understand what that revolution was all about, and still is. So what I'm saying here, manipulating a people is what has happened through those names. But it's not manipulating you, it's manipulating your spirit, your soul, making your soul believe in something that is not you. But don't forget,
brother, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
In Africa, there is something people don't know, but a name is very important. They name you according to the situation. They name you according to the will of the universe. They give you a name so that you can be an example of something. In Africa, typically like where I come from, a name is creation. Your name can create, your name can be used to communicate to your ancestors. Now, for instance, if I called you Ruji, it means the door, the gate. You allow in and you allow out. So, by the time I find someone gets a problem, they say, please, I'm a grandchild of Ruji. They swear like that. When someone swears in Africa, they don't say, oh my God. They say, oh, son of Umboto, son of who, son of who. May the gods protect you. Not that indeed the gods are going to protect you, but the blessings and the mere name that a person has created you a relationship, has bought you a sovereignty to engage with the rest of the people. By the mere swearing, by the mere calling, by the mere name you mentioned. These people came to give us these names to break that chain. You see, to break that chain that connects you with your ancestors and your clans and family. It's an umbilical cord. Your name is an umbilical cord with your ancestors. Once they cut it, you hear Smith, Gerard. What is that? Your name is Smith, Gerard? No, those names are nothing. I was given a name by my ancestors that meant fight the white man religion and kill their Jesus. So my name is Uwa Yesu.
Honor life.
Yeah, unalive Jesus.
Yes.
So upon you can explain to them, my name is Uwa Yesu. In Kiswahili means unalive their religion, unalive their God, unalive fight the colonial that comes. Then they gave me the protected name, Emmanuel, the creator, the protector of all times. You see, so my name is a two-way. I am the way, the truth, and the life. So now, whatever they want, let them come slow on me. May I talk to my ancestors? And to talk to them, let me tell you, to talk to ancestors, you must assume their spiritual rhythm to attend to their frequency. It is not a child's play, and it is not for everyone. It is for a few. But I can tell you, we see a brighter future coming. And everything that is happening with the three, I had predicted it before it happened. And I talked about it on the same platform that I'm on right now.
Yes.
So the unification of Africa will happen. But its unification is going to take a lot of lives, and it is going to lead to the downfall of the Babylon. When I talk the Babylon of current days is the metric systems that they have.
Yes.
In the West, they have kept us in an experiment boat, you know. Once you escape that boat, you tend now to control them. Mine is when we control food. We control our raw materials from going to them. We don't need them. Trust me, we don't need them at all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
So host.
One second.
Host, when you started the show today,
yes,
you told us about one of
1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
many things that the Mighty Three did. What was it they did recently?
Recently, one of the things Ibrahim Traore he built a construction plant for
a construction company.
Exactly, inside in Burkina Faso. That means now they are not going to have to go outside. They won't go to China or to Poland or to US or to UK or to France for engineers. They will be doing it at home. They will be teaching the people to build the roads, to build the bridges. They will know how to do it themselves, and they will be able to be in control. Yes.
When he sent some students off to learn engineering. So apparently they have some information and they're back to go to work, which is a fantastic thing. These tangible things that are actually happening, because I don't knock nobody's religion. Anybody can, you know, pray to whoever they want to pray to or don't pray. It's fine with me. However, you got to do something. That's what the three behind you are doing. They are doing things. They're not standing outside.
Exactly.
They are not over there standing there looking at the sky hoping something is going to happen. They are making things happen. I'm sure they're praying all along the way because their lives are in danger. So I'm sure some of that is going on too. But the working part of it, now you have some engineers on ground with the farmers, the schools, the medical. He's taking care of all the basic needs. One of the basic needs I see as well is the ability to defend yourself. So what he's doing, working with these other nations, and we don't have to call their names, everybody knows. He's working with these other nations to build that part up as well. Because part of what he needs to do is defend himself and defend his people. So as long as that man, these men, all three of them, continue to defend themselves, to provide for their people, their basic needs, the food, the clothing, the shelter, the education, the medical, they have a great community. Because I'm starting to wonder, do people actually realize what is needed for a community? You don't have just one thing and be lacking all the other six. You need all of those parts to have a functioning community as well as serve your spiritual being.
Indeed. Well
So
said.
these men are doing it.
Exactly, they are.
And I'm so proud of them, and to hear from them every day that they're doing something else. When I heard he was sending kids off to school for engineering,
Yeah.
when I heard they were getting a nuclear plant, there's something happening over there on your end. I'm pretty sure I know what it is in a few minutes.
Okay.
But to have the capacity to be able to defend yourself, because you know they're coming after you. And it may not just be from other nations outside of the continent. It may come from inside the continent too. But wherever it comes from, you need to have the ability, the technology, the know-how to defend yourself. Therefore, they're doing all the necessary things. On top of, I'm sure there's a church in there someplace. On top of getting it done, it's the goal every day is to continue to move forward, to continue to move forward, to go forward. And they're doing it in less time than all the other 51 nations, with money coming in and loans and taxes and all of that. Because I'm wondering, what has the president of Nigeria done since he's been there? Somebody please tell me what he has done besides that national anthem thing which nobody cares about.
Real true.
Nobody cares about the national anthem. What has he done for the people?
Yeah, the people are suffering. Nothing. Well said, Linda. Thank you so much for that. And it's important to raise that point. Let me quickly bring in okay, Linda. Vanna, go ahead. Vanna, you go ahead, and I'll go to the awakening.
I just want to say something about the ancestors. Echo, as usual. You know, my brother, when you say it's not for everyone, that's very true. But it's not because that the ancestors don't want to be with us. That's not what it is. It's that we don't know that they're with us, and we don't know that they are connected, that we are them and they are us. We don't know that. So then we don't, instead of giving, just being thankful, just acknowledging them, we've been distracted. That's why they gave us this whole system to distract us, to pull out. They know the day we started talking about ancestor that's the beginning. They know that's their end. That's their end. Now we got some people showing us, the three are showing us what the ancestors are doing in our lives. This is the what do you call that? This is the revolution. This is the uprising. Nothing can stop it because they're here with us.
Exactly.
You see. So, but you can only connect to them, even though it's like having your a jacket on in the summer. I mean, a heavy jacket in the wintertime, in the summertime. You're just gonna sweat more. But if they're with you, but they're not gonna push themselves on you, you have to recognize, I am the ancestor. Ancestors are with me. Ancestors are me. You have to recognize that and just start giving thanks, and you will be surprised. You'll start getting ideas that will help you come up from your condition. And I must say, because the people, the ones that are it don't work. But if you go with Christ, if you become Christ-like, that's a whole different thing. If you become Christ-like, that means your action become the action that the ancestors are always there with you. They're always like, wow, they go this way, go that way. Yeah, this is the road to take. Because you release that energy. When you release, Christ-like is love, taking care of each other.
That's it. All the other things don't matter.
Well
The
said.
only action shows them that we are with them and we recognize that they are with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. Thank
So
you
I
very
would
much.
like to do the commercial break
Yeah,
because
they-
a couple of people
Yeah.
mentioned
Yes,
the
go ahead.
wrong words on here. And we know on TikTok we have to talk like we're talking to children and be TikTok friendly. So we are grateful that they have not flagged the live yet, but just be mindful, people, that we just got to talk like you're talking to children on TikTok. But if you slip, can we just go ahead and get an F1 in the chat? Plus your favorite color and let TikTok know we love TikTok shop. They seem to like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So host, you're doing a great job today, as you normally do. But for me hearing, because I don't preach about one religion over the other, but I was in one earlier this morning, like 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And the young people were talking about the government. They had a picture of the president of Nigeria up on the screen, and they seem to have attracted a person who feels like all the problems of Black people, they caused themselves. So I brought up the Berlin Conference to say that in that conference, it talked about how to indoctrinate the children. So once they got there and pillaged the way they did, the next thing was to keep this thing going, indoctrinate their children so that it would be even easier for them to continue pillaging with the next generation. So now the next generation is here, and they are doing just what they were trained to do, because I met a teacher on here on the continent, and he told me about that is a big part of the education in school, is they start out real young with teaching them about Jesus.
Yeah, which is
So I said, what? You mean to tell me do you have some trade schools? Are you teaching anybody how to build roads or do some plumbing or, do the electrical grids and make that thing work? And well, the answer was no, but they do talk a lot about y'all ought to look to Jesus. And I'm going to give you one of my own personal experiences. Somebody kept saying, I need money so bad, I need money. I say, I have a little, I'll give you a little. As soon as they received the money, they said, oh, thank God, thank you, Jesus. But you didn't thank me. I gave you my money. So you thought that God came down and made me do that, and so God deserves the praise, but not even a thank you to me.
Yeah.
So the indoctrination has worked and worked quite well, thank you. So that generation grew up like that, and probably a few more where people are just looking to the skies, because that same person is at church on Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday, and practices all the religions, the native religion, the Christian religion, the Muslim religion, because he feels like the solution to all the problems are to go inside a building and then come outside and look at the sky. Not even a thank you to me. I had to ask him, are you at least going to say thank you?
Okay. Oof. Yeah. No, that's not good. No, well said, Linda, Miss Linda. It is really important to understand that everything we're doing, it has to be done. We need action. We have to be. The end result must start in an action to actually take steps on ground in our communities, reach out to each other, exchange knowledge, share ideas, reinforce that, the sense of community to free ourselves. So you're absolutely right to say that, Linda. Thank you very much. And we mustn't, the indoctrination is real, and it will take a while to break out. That is why we will need programs like this to talk about it. Of course, the guys who are behind me here are the ones we want to talk about. You know, I believe in Olodumare, Mario. I believe in Olodumare. It's not about, but you can. Everybody's free to believe what they want, like Linda said. But we're not going to get into that topic now. Let us go to Awaken. The Awakening. Yes. Yes.
I also wanted to say something small. Huh?
Okay, go ahead. Then I'll go to the Awakening African. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
No, you go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. You see, the difference between Africa and people who live abroad. You guys, you know how to learn things in a quick way. But we Africans, we learn it in a hard way. Right now, if you calculate or you say that church was a bad thing or religion is a bad stuff, before even you open your mouth, the entire youth will come and give you words that you're not even supposed to hear, or abusing you. But when you go abroad and say this and that, people will not even say anything. They will just mind their own business. You will say it until you get tired. So those are two different mindsets. The mindset that African people have right now. Earlier on I said it's money. Whoever makes money, whatever makes money in Africa, or anybody learned how to survive or to make money in Africa, that person will do anything. Will do absolutely anything to get that money. You see, you people, you have been saying that the names this, the name that, the name this. Names we have in Africa, we have like names that runs in your family from great to great, and you know where you are right now. You are. We have those names, but those names, some of them are too long to pronounce. You like me myself. They have named me after my grandma, right? Jenny Machika. So Jenny Machika, it's too far from Gloria. So when I was at school, I saw people with short names. I'm like, okay, let me change to Gloria. Okay, hey, let me use Gloria because that one is too long. You know? Now, the problem again we have, there's this pressure we people in Africa we go through, mostly when you're a teenager. You want to do this, you want to test that, you know, you want to be a Catholic, you want to be a Muslim. At the same time, you want to try everything, and it's free. It's okay to do that, but it's only the age that brings us to realize that, oh, this one is bad. Oh, what mom was saying was right. It's the age that brings us to understand that.
Yeah.
Right now, you can't force a child to say that you leave God or don't go to mosque.
Gloria.
Be in trouble.
Gloria.
Okay. Yes.
I see somebody in the comments also speaking about whether not somebody believes in God. So I don't think the question here is whether anybody believes in God. The question is, are you going to sit around and wait on God to stop all the atrocities while you sit and fold your hands together, or are you going to use the brain that God gave you to come up with a way to survive for yourself, your family, your country, your continent, or you're just going to sit back and accept all the bad behavior? This is not the religious channel, so this is not about what's your God name and what your God name is, what's your name, what's my name. It's all about these wonderful men back here doing great things for their country. I don't know what their religions are. I don't care. They doing the thing.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Thank you very much, Linda.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, wrap up. Gloria, I know what you're trying to do is to make people understand that how we reason in Africa, particularly through that indoctrination, it does take you having to adapt to things, and I get that. But like I said, we don't want to get too much into religion because we want to try and remember these guys are doing the great work. But you go ahead. I'll let you wrap up. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Where to start from? Actually, this is the only thing I would love to say, actually. With African people, at some point, you will sit down and listen to them, because sometimes what they say might seem like they're not saying actual sense, but if you listen closely, you will understand that. You will understand it.
Yeah.
It will not be far from what you're saying.
Okay.
It will also be close.
Okay.
So our continent really needs a head that actually needs a head that will change the entire version of what we have in people's head. Because that memory that people have right now needs to be vanished and wiped away. We have to input the new memory into people. It's not a easy job at the same time. It's something that will take time. And when the way these people came in a good way, it's the same way we are using in a good way to tell them that look, this is too much. Too much of something, it's bad. Too much of this is bad. They keep saying that we are poor, we are poor, we are poor, we are poor. But if you calculate the money that they have collected for tithe, for what, in Africa, can even make Africa shine brighter than any other continent.
Fact. Well said. You're right. No, thank you very much. Thank you, Gloria.
So
thank you.
Let's just continue educating ourselves slowly. We will get there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let me just say this, and I'm going to go to the Awakened African. That is one of the reasons why on this platform, please, it is important that we allow, and we not allow, we must hear the African perspective, because guess what? We are Africans, particularly Africans on the continent. The last thing we want to do is to go in and tell them, no, that's not how to do it. We need to hear, because when we hear what they're trying to say, and we see the perspective, now we can understand what is driving it, then we can together begin to fix it. So this is what we are trying to talk about. I hope that makes sense. I hope that made some sense. I'll come back again. The Awakened African, go ahead. Thank you for waiting. Let's hear from you.
Hold stop down so somebody else can get a chance to speak. I'll be in the chat.
Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, family.
Hello.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate the job you are doing. The host and all the participants have contributed enormously with very insightful information. But it's not easy, If I reflect back when I was in Africa, I used to be a very, very religious. But I traveled out and I started seeing the world in a different way. And I'm like, what is going on here? It wasn't easy for me to wash my brain,
Wow.
So imagine someone who hasn't traveled before. To get rid of that mentality is going to take a lot of sacrifice. And as we know, religion like Islam, I know has been in Africa for like over 1,000 years. Because when I read history about the Mali Empire, the Songhai and all these, they all, even the leaders adopted Islam, and they were even bringing scholars from, many people come from different places to come and learn Islam in Africa. So it is something that is embedded in us, but is the way we embrace the religion is what makes it problem. I think Japanese have their own religion, Chinese people have their own, Indians have their own, but we Africans, in some way, we have been washed brain to believe that everything comes from God. And that is where I think our problem lies. And I traveled by road to come to Europe, and I think it was a blessing to me. I thank God I survived it. Many people have not. And the way I used to see Arabs and Islams, I thought if I see an Arab, it's like I've seen an angel, because the religion comes from them. So they will be, nice with everyone, because they are good people. But believe me, I got to understand that they are the worst of humanity. The first Arab I met was even discouraging me to pray. The question he asked me is, do you pray 5 times a day? And I'm like, yeah, I do. If I don't pray 5 times a day, I'm not a Muslim. And he laughed at me. And I said, but don't you pray 5 times a day?
I said, nope.
And he said, no, I can't. I'm a taxi driver. So I need money to feed my family. And then I will pray to God. So sometimes I can't do the 5 times prayers. And I'm like, wow. And I said, then you are not a Muslim. But the way he looked at me even scared me. And I'm like, wow, that is really an African mentality. And, going forward, I've met good people, also good Arab people who treated me like a human. But most of them is not what I thought is from an Arab person. Then coming to Europe also give me another perspective. So that makes my mind a bit very, very confused. Not a bit. I came, and then the group of people I met with, I was schooling with them and everything. This one would say, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. I come from my mother. That's the only thing I know. And I will be challenging them. But I can see that they are the most honest people on earth. They will not cheat. They will not treat me bad. Whenever I'm in trouble, they will help me, even though they say they don't believe in God. So I'm like, oh my God, what is happening here? So that's when I started to relearn everything I was taught from childhood. And I'm like, wow. So actually, religion is not what makes a person a good person. It's a human character. You can be a religious, but a wicked person, and someone can be non-religious and will be the best person. So I asked myself this question. So if now we are going to stand before God, the Almighty, who no one can describe how he is or she is, and then this person is treating everyone like human being, despite saying he doesn't believe in God, whom he cannot be judged of because he has never seen that God talk to him directly. And another person who says, I believe in God, but doing wickedness, who will God put in his blessing?
So, host, are we back on that one again?
I'm trying to, no, we're
So-
not. We're going to move on.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I'm
move on.
bringing all this just to understand that religion to come out of our head is not an easy task. It's very, very difficult thing. And just to conclude on religion, all what I will say is we Africans, to love each other, irrespectful of our religion beliefs, because before religion, we are Africans. Before religions, we are blacks. And when a white man or an Arab, so when an Arab or a white man or a Chinese see a black man, he doesn't think of any religion. The only thing he think of is a black person from Africa. And And we know where we are put, at the bottom of the list, because of our mentality. We don't fight for ourselves. We don't fight for anything that will give us progress. Instead, we are fighting between ourselves. I've seen a host on YouTube on this very channel. I think it's Kofi something. I don't remember all his full name. Who is fighting for these people against the revolutionaries who are trying to liberate Africa?
Exactly.
So, what message are we sending to others?
Can I answer?
Yeah, just to conclude, I will summarize in a minute. So,
bootlicking, that's the message you're sending.
Yes,
bootlicking.
Yeah. So, the problem we Africans have is, people fighting Muslim and Christians and all this is stupidity. Because most of us are Muslim or Christians or whatever, because we are born through parents from that religion. We didn't choose it by our choice. So we grew up learning that this is good, this is bad. It's a doctrination. So if I grew up as a Christian, I have that doesn't make me perfect than a Muslim. That doesn't mean my religion is better than the Muslim. Or vice versa. If I'm born as a Muslim, it doesn't mean Christians' religion is bad. I know what I know, they know what they know. So if we will respect each other and understand that we cannot all be the same, have the same mindset, have the same belief, but we are all the same, we can go far.
Thank you.
And that is the only thing we can do to progress as Africans. Otherwise, we cannot, because someone will just vote for a political leader based on his religion. I know many Africans do that. Some will do because it's from my tribe. So I don't care. Even if it's bad, I will vote him. Even if he does bad thing, I'm not going to talk about it. So by doing this, what message are we sending to our leaders? And we know democracy has given them room to exploit us as much as they want. And nothing will happen. Because whatever will happen, they said, okay, take me to the court, take me to this. And they will buy the same judge who will judge the case.
Exactly.
So we know that the only power we have is our unity and to fight for our rights. Unless we do that, we will never progress. And the last thing I would like to say is we should all keep on praying to these great revolutionaries to save Africa from the misery and from the disrespectful that we are having everywhere we are. And another thing is when we from the diaspora have worked hard, gather something small to invest in Africa, please, our brothers in Africa, support us. Because if we don't want to help, we wouldn't even start to invest because we can use that money to live a luxury life here. But yet, we say, no, this is not our place. We remember where we come from. So let's do something there. And then when we send money to do something over there, because we are not there, things are not done the right way. Our own brothers, our own friends will just misuse the money, the resources, and then we will all be left empty-handed. So we will never progress. I know some do it out of enviness, others do it out of jealousy, others do it because of poverty. But remember that someone who gives you small today will tomorrow give you more if he may have it. So why don't you support that person to go up so that that person can also uplift you? So that's all what I have to say today. Thank you all for giving me the chance on this platform to express my voice.
Thank you very much. Very wise.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Valerie.
The awakening isn't your first time here, because if it is, I'm going to ask that you follow the host, follow the other people on the panel, and keep coming back here.
I'm doing that. I've started following most people here, so I think I'll continue doing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you very much. Yeah. So most of the time we're not talking about religion. It's usually political things and the Constitution, which we still feel a lot of people don't know and need to know. So anyway, every now and then it would be nice if we see in the background, especially that section about the sovereignty.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So it's right there. It never goes away. Thank you for reminding us, Linda. Thank you very much for that. It never goes away. We always revolve. We need to know our rights in our local language. This platform is geared towards that. Catherine, thank you very much for the gift. I really appreciate that. What we need to do is to awaken ourselves. We mustn't allow the religions that they've used to colonize our mind to prevent us from actually taking control of our land. We are the sovereigns in our land. The resources in Africa belongs to us. You are rich. I'm not talking about in terms of paper rich. I'm talking about resource rich. And your resources is more than their paper. There is not enough paper to print to match the value of the resources in Africa. There is not enough paper, literally, to print the value of the resources that we possess in Africa. And we need
not only is it the land host and what's
the people
underneath the ground, it's also the people.
Exactly.
It hurts me to see people become educated only to run away and never come back.
Exactly.
You should not be running away from home. You should be taking what you learn and applying it at home to build your own continent, your nation, your community, for all the people.
Absolutely.
All those people struggling to become doctors and nurses, and then all the illnesses and the elderly that need your help, and then you leave and go help somebody in another country and never come back.
Exactly.
That's just wrong.
Exactly. Well said, Linda. And we need to say, let me say this. When you leave famine in Africa and you become a doctor, you are actually throwing away the wealth that you possess. I kid you not. Because famine is a big business. And Africa can feed the entire world. 33% of the world's most fertile land is in Africa. So when they tell you, oh, no, don't worry about famine, go and be a doctor and all of that. It's like Linda said, they are trying to take you out of that continent and take you and be doing something that's going to serve their needs. We need to work for our people. Famine is the way out of this enslavement. Our farmers can feed the entire African continent. We just have to allow them to grow the food, to teach others. The coming generation need to know this fact. The wealthiest farmers are the African farmers, because our land is so fertile. They know that. You don't need any phosphate, fertilizers in your land. The land will provide the food. So this is about re-educating who we are. We have to re-educate ourselves as Africans. So when somebody's coming with GMO seeds and all of that stuff, we don't need that. Our seeds are the best in the world, bar none, because our soil is fertile. These are really important information that was begin to share. As I speak to you now, again, I'm going to use the Matthew 3 behind me, like Linda says. As I speak to you, farming has become very big business in Mali, in Burkina Faso, and in Niger, because they are feeding their people. They no longer, once they started controlling their land, they don't want the colonizers to be feeding them, because they don't know what is going to what they will put in that food. So when you go and take your money and you go and buy from the colonials in a place where you don't want them, what do you think they will put in the food that they're going to sell to you? You see, you need to be you have to be very, very free and clear. You have to be very clear
And
about
totally self-sufficient.
that. Exactly. So it is very important. The work we're doing here is to wake our people up and to encourage us. Please know your rights. I'll say this briefly, quickly. We're going to wrap up now. Gloria, I'll let you say something briefly, but let me just quickly say this before I carry on. In Nigeria, for example, take for example Nigeria, you need to know that you're a sovereign. In all parts of Africa, it states that in English. But I'll say it briefly in English, and I'll then relate it to what you see on the screen in Yoruba. So in Nigeria, you need to know that all parts of that place, you're a sovereign. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. That's section 14(2)(a), and it's what you see on the screen in front of me here. In Yoruba, it goes. Ó ti wà báyìí ní pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti kéde pé ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ oníjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin yìí ń gba gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. So what I've done is translated that from English into Yoruba language. Now there are about 50 to 60 million Yoruba people literally on ground in Nigeria. There are in Ghana, there are in Togo, there are in the Benin Republic. But the people in Nigeria, that is your sovereignty. And they have the similar type of constitution in other countries. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is that those 60 million of that, maybe 5 million can speak English fluently. Maybe another 5 million can comprehend it. So that leaves another 50 million that don't understand what is being said to them. So it is so important. It is so important, the work we're doing here. The best way you can help us, we want to roll this out in this document you see now. Print it out in local languages. Have stakeholders go into communities and teach them their constitutional rights. Because with that constitutional right, they can now begin to hold their government to account. This is what underpins everything we are doing on this platform. It is letting Africans know they have sovereignty over their land and they have the right to hold their governor to account. And that applies to all 54 countries. So it's really important that we continue to do that work. Hello, Horemo Matu Sise. Let me quickly, okay, Gloria, you want to say something? I saw somebody wanted to come in.
And Zach is here too.
Okay.
Zach
Yeah.
spoken.
Yeah, but his line is not working very well, so it's not clear. So Zach, can you speak at all? No, I think it's egg timing. I'm gonna drop him. It's not working. So Gloria, go ahead, say a few words, and I'll bring this lady Hurematu Sise, I think it is. Bring her in if you wanted to say a few words. Greetings, Matu Sise. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Gloria. Go ahead, Gloria. Say a few words. I'll be wrapping up soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Me the opportunity.
Thank you.
I'm not going to talk like Gloria, who is in Africa, but I'm sorry to be off from the topic, but I want us to know this one. Africa is getting interesting day and night, but we still have big challenges that are still down there.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly with the young girls that we have in our community. The girls are giving birth, they throw away kids, they give birth, they dump the kids, someone to get pregnant, and still you just look and your tears start rolling. Others are being raped day and night, others are just
Great, Gloria, great.
with no family, with nothing. Others are just there with good education, good and finished education, but they're just there in churches praying to God to give them jobs. Well, that's from the ladies' side. Take a look at these boys who were running up and down. You can't put a phone in your ears to say hello within the town areas. These people are turning into thieves. Internationally, from your phone, somebody steals you from there. And we keep talking to them that let's do agriculture, let's do this one. Let's do agriculture. it's something that it still can bring hope to you, can do something better, can bring you money. But nevertheless, the laziness that these people bring, mostly the church, I'm sorry. Church is teaching youth to be lazy in certain way. Because you go from morning to Thursday, from Monday to Sunday, from Sunday to Monday, without getting time to do something. Let's encourage ourselves. Youth are being so stubborn, not so stubborn. The accuracy of them failing to do things, it's becoming high in every country. You see when there's gathering that let's go fight for this one, let's go. People go there, but did you ask yourself after them running, where do they go? We don't ask ourselves. Majority of them, some of them lost their business in that particular area. Now they're on street, dangerous, like extremely.
No, okay.
We are having a lot. You can't sleep with a door with one padlock at night. That you lock my door and sleep peacefully in my house. You cannot.
Wow.
You have to lock yourself as if you're in the prison.
Wow. You see, this is
That's the state we are.
and we need to hear
We
those
want
things.
this liberation.
Yes.
We want the liberation. But again, we have to look at these young youth we have in our community. If we keep talking about bubblehead, people, they are so hard to deal with. They can manipulate. That's why a lot of youth are falling into that category of people. We have been here, sometimes we talk, we encourage youth to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. But I'm telling you, let's raise our voice beyond what we're talking right now here.
Yeah.
Most especially to ladies out there. The young ladies that are supposed to be in school, they're the one giving birth and throwing away babies.
That's shocking.
Now,
That is so
how are we
shocking.
going to...
That is so shocking. They are throwing away babies.
They're throwing away babies. In the dustbin, you find the baby. In where you find the baby. Others in the latrine. Others where you find the babies. Then when you ask them what are the challenges they're facing, it's a lot.
Okay.
Let me stop there.
Thank you.
Please,
Wow.
let me not waste
Wow.
time.
No, thank you. We will talk some more. Gloria, thank you. We need to hear this very
Why are
cool
you
heart.
breaking up like that?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
It's breaking up. It's breaking up.
Oh, I don't know what they're doing. I can you all hear me at all? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? No. Oh God. Okay. I don't know what's going on. It looks like I'm having some kind of problem. I'll drop some people here first. Disconnect this. Disconnect that. Let me see if that works. Disconnect. Yeah, it looks like my system, it looks like request params error. I think I have some problem on my network. Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me? Not good. Okay.
We hear some noise.
Oh boy. It's the system is crashed. I think it's TikTok. Hang on. 1 minute. 1 second. Okay, let me try this way. I got an idea. Give me 1 minute. Want me to do it this way? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let me just do this. Accept. Okay. I'm gonna mute this one, and I'll say what I need to say, and we can wrap up. Okay. Okay. Join. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Oh, what in the world?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Taking it to the panel now.
Oh God, I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to address it. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. It's a slight echo, but we can hear you.
Listen, the system has crashed, so I'm going to have to bring it to an end. Thank you for joining. I'm so sorry about this. I won't be able to sing the song because the echo is just too much. But I thank you all for joining me. I will come back again maybe tomorrow. I want to thank everybody. I'm so sorry. The systems have just gone. It's just gone haywire, and I can't. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Is that better now?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So I guess I'm gonna try and sing the song then. If I'm better now, then I can sing the song briefly. I want to sing that song to close out. I want to thank everybody that's joined me. Yeah, I think it's by TikTok. Yeah, easily. But we will sing the song before we go because I think it's important. Please download that song. How long will not go to suffer? It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. You can get the hoodie and the beanie. The links are on the screen. Send us an email and we'll get that to you. Help us. There is a lot of work we want to do. The constitution in all 54 countries is very key to the work we're doing. I want to thank everybody that's commented and joined us and made discussions. Vanna May, Queen Vanna, thank you. Queen Linda, thank you. Adiremi, Queen Adiremi, thank you. Queen Gloria, thank you. And many of us, Suleiman, Mandika, Warrior, everybody, Omar Farouk, everybody join us. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do is we'll sing a song and we'll bring the show to an end. I do apologize. I think TikTok has done something. It doesn't matter. We will get through and we will get in through. Linda and Vanna May, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for holding the fort as well and for being part of this program. Please continue to gift all people on the platform and, of course, donate. And please subscribe if you can to the platform. Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power about literature. Let's go ahead and do this now. Here we go. I'm going to do like this. Ha! Citizen AY. My people, oh, I throw away salute. Huh? Hey. Huh? Me when I hear, I can't do it. It's echoing. Hang on. Let me try. How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this so far? How long? There is something wrong. Yeah. How long? They can't stop us. Okay. Gonna go this so far. How long? How long? You know what? Let me do something. How long gonna? I'll stop singing. I'll do something. How long? My people, we don't tire. Inside Nigeria. Now slave camp we dey, oh. We don't tire for the country where them they call Nigeria. Now slave camp, oh. The time done knock where we suppose. Stand up for our rights, oh. Stand up for our rights, oh. The time done knock where we suppose. Stand up, oh, for our rights, oh. For self-determination. How long? How long? How long? 1 second. How long gonna go they suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go they suffer? How long? How long? Okay, I'm gonna pause that. We're gonna hear it from with the backing that I've done before because there's something going on with the voice. So I'm gonna mute it here. Thank you all so much. Here we go. Let's listen to this now. Here we go. Thank you all so much. So we're going to come to an end now. I do apologize for all that. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back later on. Thank you and bye for now.